from illegally rushing into the stands and shoving the Suns owner, to getting suspended for injuring Markieff Morris. This is why Nikola Jokic elbowed Phoenix Suns owner Matt Ishbia, starting with the insane moment when the two-time MVP went into the crowd and clashed with a fan. It's no secret that the Serbian is among NBA's all-time top 5 players list, with the most triple-doubles. The man is one of the best centers in NBA history, but the Nuggets vs. Suns game just proved that the man could surely use some lessons on NBA's big shots, cause when the Joker pushed a fan like it was nothing, he had no idea what was coming for him. The fan was actually the Suns owner, Matt Ishbia. Lucky for us, the cameras recorded the whole thing, and Jokic was seen elbowing Ishbia. And believe me, the Suns owner didn't go down without making a big scene. Although the fans claimed it was just a slight shove, Ishbia played up the moment, as he fell back in his chair and threw his arms high in the air. I mean, it looked like the dude was having a seizure. But when you can buy an entire team for $4 billion, you're allowed to be dramatic. But the question is, why would the Joker go into the stands for no reason? So let's rewind it a few seconds to when the Suns guard crashed into the crowd. While Josh Okogie normally handles the ball really well, this time his mistake landed the Joker in a lot of trouble. In the second quarter of the game, the Suns guard blasted into the fans while trying to save a loose ball. He landed in a group of fans on the baseline that included Ishbia as well. And back then, I didn't know why he did it, but the man ignored his own guard and went straight for the ball. Jokic saw a chance to go on the offensive and rushed for the ball, but he got a little too frustrated and snatched the ball out of Ishbia's hands. And we all know that didn't end well for the Joker, because he was awarded a technical foul instead. So maybe Ishbia wasn't so dumb, because clearly he did know what he was doing. And while Jokic was so desperate to go on the offensive, he only ended up losing a point for his team. But guys, that's not even the worst thing, because the Joker was deep in trouble when he found out that he could be suspended. That's right. You can't just shove a team owner and get away with it. Unfortunately, the former MVP found that out the hard way. While there were rumors about him being suspended, the NBA decided it would be too harsh. So they decided to go easier and fine him $25,000. They said that the fine was for improper contact with a spectator sitting courtside. But guys, Jokic didn't just make a mistake. He refused to admit it too. The man commented afterward, "The fan put the hand on me first. I thought the league was supposed to protect us. Maybe I was wrong." Not only did he not apologize, the man also threw shade on the whole league. But Jokic should feel lucky, because the NBA rulebook has strict conduct rules. Apparently, it's a straight ejection for entering the stands without a continuance of play. However, the Joker was only given a foul instead. But that one mistake brought victory for the Suns, as they finished 129-124 against the Nuggets. But what's surprising is that there was no news about the win. Social media was trending with Jokic and Ishbia, with fans criticizing both men for taking it too far. But Jokic didn't care for any of that. To make matters worse, he went on to comment, "Whoever it is, he's a fan. He cannot influence the game by holding the ball." The man just refuses to acknowledge that Ishbia is different from any other fan. That said, the Suns owner, on the other hand, couldn't be happier with the situation. And while he surprisingly got his team a point, his reaction to Jokic's treatment is even more shocking. Ishbia believed that the former MVP should not be suspended or even fined. I don't know about you guys, but I was definitely surprised. And I mean, did you see the look Matt had on his face after Jokic shoved him? I thought the man was done for, but I guess the Suns owner was only looking to give his team an upper hand. 'Cause even he didn't expect that Jokic would be looking at suspension. The man just wanted a foul, but ended up brewing a total crap storm for the Joker. So, it makes sense that he'd want to cool things down. Ishbia released a statement the very next day saying that suspending or fining anyone over last night's incident would not be right. He went on to say that he has a lot of respect for the player and would never wish to see him suspended. But Coach Michael Malone felt that his player had been done dirty, and a statement from Ishbia just wasn't enough. Malone even went as far as to say that he doesn't give a who Ishbia is. To him, he's still a fan. And while the coach denies his player has done anything wrong, some people didn't exactly agree with him. Cause former Lakers legend Magic Johnson was definitely taken aback by Jokic's hustle. The greatest point guard of all time, Johnson, who is never late to the show. Jokic really caught his attention, not just for the controversial incident, but also for an amazing performance. Johnson tweeted right after the match that although he enjoyed the Joker's show, he did not like the elbow he gave to his fellow Spartan. But that wasn't all. The five-time champ was also all praises for Jokic, saying that despite his defeat, the Nuggets superstar gave a performance of a lifetime, scoring 53 points and 10 assists. And guys, Johnson wasn't the only former player to comment on Jokic. Another Lakers legend, Shaquille O'Neal, also shared the whole thing on his Instagram stories. That said, if we can all agree on one thing, it's that the Serbian was not happy with Ishbia's exaggerated flop. And that's exactly why the fans were shocked and outraged when just 3 days later, Jokic did the exact same thing. Yes, that was a real low move, especially for a man who had been trolling Ishbia for 2 whole days. Late in the third quarter of the 5th game between the Suns and Nuggets, Bruce Brown and the Joker tried to sneak into the Suns team huddle. Eavesdropping on the other team, in the middle of the court, and right where they can see you. That's gotta be the dumbest thing he's done. But guys, I think the man is much smarter than he shows, cause he definitely knew what was coming next. The Suns player naturally pushed the Serbian away, and Jokic put up an even better performance than Ishbia. The man flopped immediately, going straight down on the court, and well, you guessed it. Durant got a technical foul, so the guy pretty much copied Ishbia. Man, these players will do anything for points, even if it means being a hypocrite. Because the Serbian did the same thing that he'd been calling unfair all over the internet. But I guess fairness doesn't win games. And while Jokic knows that, he has taken it too far in the past, when he actually got suspended for shoving Markieff Morris. It all came down to the last 3 minutes of the Nuggets versus Heat game back in 2021. The Nuggets were up by 17 points, and the Serbian was on fire. The man was looking to speed the game up, pushing the ball down the court, while Morris committed a hard-take foul to stop the break. Now, I agree that Morris wasn't so classy himself, but the Joker should have just let the ref be the judge of that. Instead, he totally lost it. And when Morris just walked off like nothing had happened, he shoved him hard from the back. After that, it was an all-out frenzy on the court, with the Heatles ready to knock out the Serbian. Morris, on the other hand, wasn't doing so well. The man couldn't even stand up. And while Jokic was acting all big on the court, he regretted his actions right after the game. While talking to the media, he admitted that he was not supposed to act that way and that it was a stupid play from his side. Now, while Morris himself was in the hospital, his brother wasn't just gonna let it slide. The LA Clippers forward Marcus Morris took a jab at the Serbian, accusing him of waiting till Markieff had turned his back. And safe to say, the situation escalated pretty quickly after that. Jokic's own brothers joined the fight, tweeting that Markieff was the first to play dirty, and if they want to settle it out in person, the Jokics will be waiting for them. And while the Twitter feud eventually cooled down, Jokic received a 1-game suspension. And Morris wasn't let off easily either. He had to pay a $50,000 fine for a hard foul. So from getting suspended for injuring Markieff Morris to illegally rushing into the stands and shoving the Suns owner, this was why Nikola Jokic elbowed Phoenix Suns owner Matt Ishbia.